Welcome to The Essential Space. In today's discussion with Jake Minot and Scott Chantos, we are learning about how Citrus Scrub and Shine can help in restoring your floors to save time and labor.
If we look at more of a restorative maintenance, so for the customer whose floors have taken a beating over the last few months, whether it's schools have been in or people are getting out and about a little more in your facilities every day, we all know the floors take a beating. So, what do we have, Scott, that people can go in and kind of give a facelift, if you will, to their floors?
Yeah, so this is where I actually do a lot of this. I'm training some school districts around Georgia with it in the upcoming weeks. And that's going in for what I like to call a little more of a deeper restoration. And with that, I like to use our Citrus Scrub and Shine product. There's a few different ways that we can apply it and make this work. One of my favorite ways is if you have a two-man team and you can go through, you can load the Citrus Scrub and Shine into your auto scrubber. Typically a fairly heavy cut of it. I like running it around 6 to 8 ounces a gallon. And how that product works is it actually has a good cleaning package. So when you run this through and clean the floors with it, it's absolutely picking up all the dirt and grime that's coming through it. Another thing with the Citrus Scrub and Shine is it has a chemical called limonene in it, which is derived out of citrus peels. And what that does is it ends up softening up the floor finish a little bit. Now, the whole idea is you soften up the floor finish a bit, and after it's very clean, you can run behind it with a high-speed burnisher, and it resets the floor to a like-new condition and absolutely brings every bit of grip back onto the floor. Where we're finding success with this is in these fall breaks, Thanksgiving breaks, winter breaks, anytime where they have a little bit of extra labor available, is they can go through and completely restore, say, a hallway, a cafeteria, whatever, a big entranceway. And the time that it takes to thoroughly clean and then follow behind with a high speed burnishing machine, you can get most of a school done in half of a day. And you look at that and compared to doing a deep scrub, a top scrub, shower scrub, whatever you want to call it, and then laying down a couple more coats of finish, that's going to be a multi-day project for a 3 or 4 person team where someone can come through and basically get 100,000 square feet done in a matter of hours using the Citrus Scrub and Shine. So I'm always recommending, if they're thinking about doing a deep scrub and recoat, let's try the Scrub and Shine first. So a few different ways that we can use it. We can, like I described, we can put it into the auto scrubber machine and use a red pad if you really feel like you need to get a bit cleaner and you have a good base of finish built up. Then maybe you can use a blue pad or a green pad to clean down a little bit furthermore, and then run the machine on it, run the high speed on it, and see what result you get. You can do a 20-minute test, and if you are getting loss levels and clarity levels from it being cleaner that are acceptable to you and your customers, then you've just saved yourself, days worth of labor in comparison to scrubbing and recoating.
So, what kind of floor finish can this be used on?
Really, any of them. Heck, we can even use it on our gym floor finish, which is pretty amazing. One thing that coaches always complain about is if the floor starts to get slippery. And every time that I've used the Citrus Scrub and Shine on our gym floors, I can return, basically 100% of the grip back onto the floor. But anything that has a resilient coating on it, whether it be a really soft floor finish, really hard acrylic floor finish, it could be anything that has just floor finish down on it, the Citrus Scrub and Shine can be used.
Yeah, and another thing I like about the Citrus Scrub and Shine is, Scott was talking about a two-man system there where one man runs the auto scrubber, next man follows with the burnisher. You do have the option to run this. If you just have one guy in a school that's responsible for the floors and he doesn't have help, you can also put this in a pump-up sprayer or a spray bottle, and you can use it like they used to do the old school spray buffing, where they would miss a small section of the floor, let it sit for a minute or two, and then hit it with your burnisher. you go mist another section of the floor, and while it's drying, you burnish another section, and you just keep moving down the floor that way. So you don't have to have a 2-man team. You can do this with just one person as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can even damp mop it down onto the floor. And, let's talk about circuit boards being not available for these auto scrubbers. And a lot of them are just not in commission too right now. They're waiting for repairs. So, worst case scenario, you mix up a solution in a mop bucket, do a damp mop out over the floor, and then follow back. But with the high speed, it works, really 3 different ways.
Yeah, that's a good point. A really good point.
So that is one thing that I'm leaning heavily on, leaning into Q4, is getting out into the schools and showing how to do a deep restoration. Like I was saying, if we could get, all the hallways done in a school over a matter of a day, as opposed to, groups of 4 or 5 people working for 2-3 days to get the same amount of square footage covered, it's a win for everybody.
Thank you for helping us better understand how Citrus Scrub and Shine can help when our customers are dealing with these labor shortages. If anyone has any questions, please leave a comment on our LinkedIn or go to our website at www.essind.com. And we look forward to seeing you again in the Essential Space.